Lin Yao did not reply to that message immediately. He placed his phone on the desk and stared at the screen for a long time. The message had no signature. But it did not need one. At this timing, anyone who could accurately mention the Blackstone Wasteland and the Su family could only be connected to Su Qingli. In the game, he had clearly never admitted that he was first on the Lord ranking. He had even erased the tracking mark on the Su family trade token. Yet the other side had still found his real identity and phone number. This explained two things. First, the Su family possessed considerable intelligence capability in reality. Second, Su Qingli's probing had not been merely an in-game action. It was a layout being advanced simultaneously in reality and the game. Lin Yao suddenly felt somewhat fortunate that he had not fallen out with her on the return trip. Obsidian Village was too weak right now. And he, in reality, was too ordinary. Facing a hidden aristocratic family that had already entered the game ahead of time, fighting head-on was meaningless. But completely accepting their aid would also mean exposing himself to the Su family's view. Aid was never free. Especially aid given by an aristocratic family to an ordinary person. Lin Yao copied the contents of the message into his notebook and began analyzing. What did the Su family want? The Blackstone Wasteland. The first-ranked lord. The ancient battlefield core. Or perhaps him, the lord chosen by the wasteland. What could the Su family provide? Resources, intelligence, protection, trade channels, real-world cover. What were the risks? Control, surveillance, forced cooperation, seizing territory intelligence, or even directly contacting him in reality. Lin Yao stopped his pen on the words real-world contact. That was the most troublesome part. In the game, at least he had Obsidian Village, Gaomu, Zhaotai, and the Stone Tablet. In reality, he was only an ordinary graduate. No background. No protection. If the Su family truly wanted to forcibly control him, it would be dangerous. However, the other side had currently chosen to send a message and ask for a meeting, rather than directly showing up at his door. That meant they at least wanted cooperation for now. Or perhaps they were not yet certain of Lin Yao's value and did not want to ruin the relationship. Lin Yao thought for a moment and sent Chen Hao a message. Meet tomorrow during the day. In reality. Chen Hao replied quickly. What happened? Lin Yao typed. The Su family found my real identity. The other side was silent for more than 10 seconds. Then a string of words arrived. Damn, is this a game or espionage? Lin Yao replied. So we talk tomorrow. Good. Only after handling this matter did Lin Yao lie down. But he slept very lightly. In his dream, he saw the Blackstone Wasteland again. The broken war banner snapped loudly in the wind. An ancient horn sounded from underground. In the distance stood a burning military stockade. And deep within that stockade, countless soldiers with unclear faces stood in the darkness, as if waiting for him. At noon the next day, Lin Yao met Chen Hao at a nearby coffee shop. Chen Hao wore a cap, and his expression was so nervous it looked like he was meeting a contact. The moment he sat down, he lowered his voice and asked, "Show me the message." Lin Yao pushed his phone over. After Chen Hao finished reading, his face changed. She even has your phone number? Yes. Was your game account bound to your phone? The equipment rental required information, but in theory, other players cannot see it. Chen Hao frowned. Then they checked in reality. Most likely. Chen Hao returned the phone, his face unusually serious. What exactly is this Su family? I do not know. Should we investigate? Lin Yao shook his head. Ordinary internet searches will probably only show surface information. Then what do we do? Do not directly refuse for now. Chen Hao looked at him. You are going to the meeting? In the game. Could there be an ambush? Possibly. And you are still going? Lin Yao took a sip of coffee. If I do not go, it tells her I am afraid. And I will not get any intelligence. Chen Hao frowned. But you are exposed now. That is exactly why I need to know what she wants. Chen Hao was silent for a moment. I will go with you. Lin Yao looked at him. Your hero class is not stable yet. Spare me. Chen Hao said, this is no longer an ordinary game. I do not feel at ease letting you meet a hidden aristocratic family alone. Lin Yao did not refuse. He did need someone trustworthy in reality who knew the situation. Fine. But do not expose too much. I get it. Chen Hao thought for a moment, then asked, should we call the police? Lin Yao shook his head. Report what? Someone sent a game meeting message? Chen Hao was left speechless. It truly would be useless. And if Era of the Divine Realms involved governments, financial groups, and hidden aristocratic families, an ordinary police report would be meaningless. Chen Hao rubbed his face. I keep feeling like we only played for 3 days, and the world already started becoming abnormal. Lin Yao said, it is not that the world has started becoming abnormal. It is that the abnormal part has started surfacing. Chen Hao had nothing to say. After a brief discussion, the two decided that Lin Yao would attend the meeting at night, while Chen Hao would maintain some distance nearby as support. At the same time, Chen Hao would record the time in reality. If Lin Yao lost contact in the game for too long, he would try to reach him. This method might not be useful, but it was better than doing nothing. That afternoon, Lin Yao returned to his rented room and slept a little longer to recover his energy. At 7:30 that night, he logged back into Era of the Divine Realms. When his consciousness returned to Obsidian Village, it was morning in the game. The Lord Stone tablet emitted a steady light. The village was already busy. Lu Chang led people in repairing the wooden wall. Guan and Xingye were organizing herbs in the medicine shed. Gao Mu was training Zhao Tai and the newly joined young men. Shi Sheng was returning from an outer patrol with 2 boys. Seeing all of this, Lin Yao's heart settled slightly. Obsidian Village was still operating. That was the meaning of institutionalizing the territory. Even when the Lord was absent, everyone knew what they should do. Uncle Joe walked over quickly. Lord, there was no large-scale monster harassment last night. Only a few black-scaled rats approached the well, and the night watch drove them off. Food? With half rations, we can currently last 3 days. Experimental field? Xingye said the seeds have not sprouted yet, but the soil watered with dark spring water has indeed loosened somewhat. Wooden wall? The north side is 60% complete. The east side is 30% complete. Lin Yao nodded. Good. Village affairs were gradually getting on track. That was good news. But food remained a major problem. 3 days. Within 3 days, they had to find a more stable food source. Otherwise, the gains from population expansion would turn into pressure. Just as he was preparing to check the territory panel, Guan walked over. Lord, this old man has something to say. Please speak, old Gu. Guan took out a small bowl of talisman water. The talisman water was pale green, clearer than it had been in Broken Temple Village. Xingye is very sensitive to herbs. She processed blood-stopping grass with dark spring water, and the medicinal effect is 30% stronger than with ordinary water. Lin Yao's eyes brightened faintly. Can it be produced stably? Not yet. It requires a medicinal field. If we can open a stable medicinal field, Obsidian Village's talisman water and herbs will be better than broken temple villages. A system prompt appeared. Guan has proposed construction suggestion, Dark Spring Medicinal Field. Requirements: Earth Vein Dark Spring, small cultivated plot, Xingya or Guan in charge, basic herb seeds. Effect: stable production of low-level herbs, improves medical capability. Another important construction project. But it also required manpower and land. Lin Yao added it to the priority list. The current construction priorities for Obsidian Village became: first, food source. Second, wooden wall defense. Third, low-level barracks or trap formation camp prototype. Fourth, medicinal field. Fifth, residences. Every item was important. But resources were insufficient, so they had to be ranked. Gaomu also walked over at this moment. Lord, Zhao Tai can be transferred into a formal soldier. Lin Yao was stunned. This quickly? Gaomu said flatly, he is stupid, but he dares to fight. Not far away, Zhao Tai heard him and could not help shouting, Old Gao, I can hear you. Gaomu acted as if he had not heard. After the battle at Broken Temple Village, he gained battlefield aura. If the barracks are built, he can become one of the first troop-type corps. A system prompt appeared. Zhao Tai satisfies conditions for formal combat unit transformation. Required building, barracks. This raised the priority of the barracks again. Without a barracks, Zhao Tai and the others could only be temporary combat units. With a barracks, Obsidian Village could truly expand its military. Lin Yao asked, if we follow the trap formation camp prototype route, how long would it take? Gao Mu was silent for a moment. We still lack War Soul Remnant Breath. War Soul Remnant Breath again. Lin Yao looked toward the depths of the Blackstone Wasteland. To obtain War Soul Remnant Breath, they had to continue contacting the dead souls of the ancient battlefield. But now he still had to meet Su Qingli. Everything was piling up together. That was the normal state of a lord. No matter what it was, very few things could wait until preparations were perfect. Lin Yao thought for a while, then ordered, do not build the barracks today. Lu Chang continues the wooden wall. Xingya and Old Ge prepare the medicinal field. Gao Mu continues training Zhao Tai and the new young men. Sheng expands the scouting range, but do not approach the lost military stockade. After making the arrangements, he summoned Chen Hao. Chen Hao had just arrived near Obsidian Village from the Three Kingdoms border. When he truly saw Obsidian Village for the first time, his expression was just as shocked as it had sounded over voice chat. This place really has the feeling of a hidden main city in embryo. Lin Yao said, right now, it is still just a broken village. But the potential is ridiculous. Chen Hao lowered his voice. What about Su Qingli? We go tonight. Who are you bringing? Lin Yao had thought about it. Bringing too many people would provoke the Su family. Bringing too few would be unsafe. In the end, he decided. Lin Yao, Chen Hao, and Shang. Zhao Tai would stay in the village. Because Zhao Tai was currently one of Obsidian Village's strongest frontline fighters and could not leave. Shang, as a scout, was suited to checking the road and retreat path in advance. After learning that Lin Yao was going to meet the Su family, Gao Mu did not stop him. He only said one thing. Do not enter their formation. Lin Yao asked, what formation? Gao Mu said, people from aristocratic families like to turn the place of negotiation into their battlefield. That sentence was useful. Lin Yao remembered it. When it was close to 8 at night, Lin Yao's group of 3 left Obsidian Village and headed toward the eastern edge of the Blackstone Wasteland. The place Su Qingli had chosen was a stretch of black stone hills. The surroundings were open. There seemed to be no ambush. But Shi Shang soon discovered something abnormal. "Lord, there are footprints behind the slope on the right." "How many people?" "At least 4. Chen Hao cursed quietly. "So there really is an ambush?" Lin Yao looked into the distance. Su Qingli had already arrived. She stood beside a black stone, with only 2 guards at her side. White clothing, short sword, calm expression. As if she had known Lin Yao would come. Lin Yao did not continue approaching. He stopped 30 steps away. Su Qingli raised an eyebrow slightly. "Lord Lin is cautious." Lin Yao said, "You brought quite a few people too." Su Qingli smiled faintly. "Safety, that is all." Lin Yao looked at her. Was the real-world message also safety? Su Qingli did not deny it. It was only to prove that the Su family has the ability to cooperate. Chen Hao almost laughed in anger. Checking someone's phone number is called cooperation ability? Su Qingli glanced at him. In the new era that is about to arrive, intelligence is the most basic ability. Lin Yao raised a hand, signaling Chen Hao not to continue. He looked at Su Qingli. "State your purpose." Su Qingli did not circle around either. "The Su family wants to invest in Obsidian Village." Lin Yao's gaze remained calm. "Conditions." Su Qingli said, "The first batch of aid, food, wood, iron tools, 2 craftsmen, and 30 ordinary laborers. In addition, we will provide some historical intelligence on the Blackstone Wasteland." Chen Hao's heart jumped. For the current Obsidian Village, this batch of resources was extremely tempting. Especially food and craftsmen. It could directly solve Obsidian Village's most urgent pressure. But Lin Yao was not immediately moved. "What do you want?" Su Qingli looked at him. 30% of Obsidian Village's resource extraction rights. Chen Hao's expression changed. That appetite was far too large. Lin Yao asked, "Anything else?" Su Qingli smiled faintly. "Su family personnel will station themselves in Obsidian Village and establish a trading post. If Obsidian Village discovers ancient battlefield core relics, the Su family will have priority trading rights. In addition, Lord Lin must share mainline intelligence about the Blackstone Wasteland with the Su family." Chen Hao could not help saying, "Is this investment, or buying control?" Su Qingli said calmly, "Without the Su family, Obsidian Village cannot hold the Blackstone Wasteland." Lin Yao did not get angry. Because Su Qingli was stating her judgment. And from the Su family's perspective, these conditions were not strange. She believed Obsidian Village was weak, and Lin Yao needed aid, so she named a high price. Negotiation was like that. Lin Yao asked, "What if I refuse?" Su Qingli looked at him. "Aristocratic families, financial groups, and guilds will all enter the Blackstone Wasteland. If you refuse the Su family, there will still be the Xin family, the Qin family, and Dragon Court Guild. They may not talk first the way I did." This was not a threat. Or rather, it was a threat wrapped as fact. Lin Yao suddenly smiled faintly. "Miss Su, you have made one mistake." Su Qingli's eyes moved slightly. "What mistake?" Lin Yao looked at her. "I did not come here to ask for aid. I came to see how much the Su family knows." The atmosphere instantly chilled. The 2 guards behind Su Qingli placed their hands on their sword hilts. Light movement also came from behind the slope on the right. Chen Hao tightened his grip on his blade. Shi Shang quietly retreated half a step, ready to withdraw at any time. But Su Qingli raised a hand and stopped the guards from moving. "It seems Lord Lin is very confident." Lin Yao said calmly, "It is not confidence. It is that I understand very clearly, if I give up 30% resource extraction rights and mainline intelligence, Obsidian Village will no longer be my territory." Su Qingli was silent. Lin Yao continued. You may trade. But you cannot take shares. You may cooperate. But you cannot station people inside. You may buy intelligence. But you cannot demand shared mainline access. Su Qingli looked at him, and at last there was more obvious interest in her eyes. Then how do you want to negotiate? Lin Yao said, food, iron tools, and craftsmen can be exchanged for obsidian or war soul materials, or future trade route permissions. Blackstone Wasteland intelligence will be traded by the item. If the Su family wants to enter the Blackstone Wasteland, you may. But you may not approach within 10 li of Obsidian Village. And you may not investigate my private information in reality again. When the final sentence fell, Lin Yao's tone clearly cooled. Su Qingli did not answer immediately. After a long time, she said softly, ordinary people rarely negotiate with the Su family like this. Lin Yao said, then you may treat me as not very ordinary. Su Qingli laughed. This time, her smile was a little more genuine than before. Good. Then let us make a small trade first. She took out a scroll and tossed it toward Lin Yao. This time, Lin Yao did not catch it directly. He let the scroll fall to the ground, then inspected it with civilization analysis. Blackstone Wasteland Intelligence Scroll. Contents: terrain around the lost military stockade outskirts, some patterns of dead soul activity. Risk: no obvious mark. Value: medium. Lin Yao picked up the scroll. What do you want? Su Qingli said, 1 piece of obsidian ore. Lin Yao looked at her. Only obsidian ore? I want to confirm its quality. This request was acceptable. Lin Yao took out 1 piece of low-level obsidian ore from his inventory and tossed it to her. After Su Qingli caught it, her eyes moved slightly. She had clearly recognized the value of obsidian ore. As expected. Lin Yao asked, as expected what? Su Qingli put away the obsidian ore. Beneath the Blackstone Wasteland, there is not only an ancient battlefield. There is also a sealed weapon tomb. Lin Yao's gaze sharpened. Weapon tomb? Su Qingli looked toward the depths of the Blackstone Wasteland. The ancient books of the Su family record that the Blackstone Wasteland once buried an army that should not exist in historical records. After they died, their weapons, war banners, and military souls were sealed underground. If Era of the Divine Realms reopens it, the first lord to master the weapon tomb entrance will obtain a true war soul troop type. She looked at Lin Yao. Lord Lin, do you now understand why everyone will come? Lin Yao tightened his grip on the scroll. Trap Formation Camp Prototype. War Soul Altar. Lost Military Stockade. Weapon Tomb. The true value of the Blackstone Wasteland had finally revealed a clearer corner. Su Qingli turned to leave. Before departing, she said, tonight was only a trade. Next time, perhaps it will be competition. Lin Yao watched her leave and said nothing. Chen Hao asked quietly, what do we do next? Lin Yao opened the intelligence scroll. A map of the lost military stockade's outer regions slowly unfolded. He looked at a black symbol marked in the deepest part of the map. Beside it were 2 words. Weapon Tomb. Lin Yao said quietly, return to the village. Build the barracks. When Lin Yao returned to Obsidian Village, the sky was already close to deep night. The firelight at the village entrance was still lit. Beside the northern wooden wall, Zhao Tai was keeping watch with 2 young men. When he saw Lin Yao, Chen Hao, and Shi Shang return, he immediately let out a breath of relief. Lord, the talk is over? Yes. Zhao Tai glanced behind him. No fight? Chen Hao rubbed his shoulder. Almost. Zhao Tai grinned. Should have brought me. Lin Yao glanced at him. If I brought you, it probably really would have turned into a fight. Zhao Tai thought about it and felt that did seem reasonable. He lowered his voice and asked, "What did the Su family give?" Lin Yao took out the Blackstone Wasteland intelligence scroll. A map of the lost military stockade outskirts. Zhao Tai's expression immediately turned serious. Over these past few days, everyone in Obsidian Village knew that there was a lost military stockade deep in the Blackstone Wasteland. That was the place where the Trap Formation army made its final stand, and also a region where the dead souls of the ancient battlefield were more active. Gao Mu heard the movement and also walked over from beside the stone tablet. He had an old outer garment draped over him. His face was still pale, but his eyes were clear. A map of the lost military stockade? Lin Yao nodded and spread the scroll before the stone tablet. On the black parchment scroll, a simple terrain map emerged. Obsidian Village was located in the southeastern corner of the Blackstone Wasteland. About 20 li north was a chaotic stone slope. Farther northwest was the outer region of the ancient battlefield. In the deeper part of the map, 3 areas were marked. Broken Flag Slope, Buried Bones Ditch, Lost Military Stockade Outer Wall. And behind the lost military stockade, there was another location covered by a black symbol. Weapon Tomb. When Gao Mu's gaze landed on the words Weapon Tomb, his breathing clearly deepened. Lin Yao noticed his reaction. You remembered something? Gao Mu did not answer immediately. He reached out, his fingertips stopping over the lost military stockade on the map. This place was the final defensive line. Then he pointed at the weapon tomb. This place should not appear so early. Lin Yao asked, why? Gao Mu closed his eyes, as if struggling to remember. The weapon tomb is not an ordinary graveyard. Buried there are the weapons, military souls, and war banner fragments of those who died in battle. Without a military order, it cannot be opened. Without an altar, it cannot be suppressed. Without a troop type to bear it, it cannot be received. Lin Yao's gaze moved slightly. Military order. Altar. Troop type. These 3 terms were extremely important. What did Obsidian Village currently possess? The Broken War Banner. War Soul Altar Fragment Blueprint 1. The low-level barracks blueprint, which could be modified into the Trap Formation Camp prototype. In other words, they had already obtained part of the prerequisites, but not all. If they rashly went to the weapon tomb now, it might trigger danger. Lin Yao asked, what if we only explore the outskirts? Gao Mu thought for a moment. Broken Flag Slope can be visited. Buried Bones Ditch is best not entered deeply. The lost military stockade outer wall cannot be approached now. The weapon tomb must not be touched. Zhao Tai felt his scalp tingle as he listened. Then why are we going? To die? Gao Mu glanced at him. To collect war soul remnant breath from the outskirts, find broken flag fragments, and take old military iron. Lin Yao nodded. This matched his own judgment. The focus of the next stage was not directly attacking the lost military stockade, but preparation. Build the barracks. Train formal combat units. Collect war soul materials. Complete the war soul altar fragment blueprint. Determine the activity patterns of the ancient battlefield. He opened the system panel. Low-level barracks blueprint. Ordinary construction requirements: wood, stone, iron tools, training instructor. Special modification: Trap Formation Camp prototype. Requirements: low-level barracks blueprint, obsidian or war soul remnant breath, Trap Formation Army Inheritor, high public sentiment or military morale foundation. Current conditions: low-level barracks blueprint, owned. Obsidian or insufficient. War soul remnant breath, insufficient. Trap Formation Army Inheritor, Gaomu, owned. Military Morale Foundation, preliminarily available. They still lacked Obsidian ore and War Soul Remnant Breath. Obsidian ore could be mined. War Soul Remnant Breath had to be obtained from the ancient battlefield outskirts. But before that, there was another problem. Food. Lin Yao looked at Uncle Zhou. How many days can the food last? Uncle Zhou had calculated it long ago and immediately answered, if we maintain half rations, at most 3 days. If we catch grey-tailed rabbits tomorrow, perhaps half a day more. Lin Yao nodded. 3 days. In other words, Obsidian Village could not concentrate manpower on mining and exploration for long. Otherwise, the food situation would collapse. Food source work had to advance at the same time. Gun also walked over at this moment. After hearing the food situation, he said, near the earth vein dark spring, we can try planting fast-ripening millet. Lin Yao looked at him. How many days to produce? Normally, it is impossible to be too fast. But if the dark spring water is effective, seedlings may appear in 3 to 5 days, and a batch of tender ears may be harvested in 7 to 10 days. Uncle Zhou was surprised. That fast? Guan shook his head. It is not a normal grain field. It is an emergency field. The yield will not be high, but it can keep people alive. Xingya followed beside Guan, holding the grain seed pack. She looked nervous, but also expectant. Lord, I want to try. Lin Yao looked at her. What do you need? Xingya immediately said, a small plot near the dark spring, 4 people to help loosen the soil, and plant ash. Lin Yao looked toward Uncle Zhou. Arrange it. Uncle Zhou nodded. We will do it tomorrow morning. Lin Yao then looked at Lu Chang. Wooden wall progress? Lu Chang answered, the north wall can be completed tonight. The east wall can be sealed before noon tomorrow. If we build the barracks, we will not have enough manpower. Prepare the barracks foundation first, Lin Yao said. The real construction begins after the materials are complete. Lu Chang nodded. Understood. Lin Yao quickly made arrangements. Tomorrow, village affairs would be divided into 4 groups. First group, farming. Xingya, Xiaolan, 2 women, and 2 boys would open the dark spring emergency field. Second group, construction. Lu Chang, Li Shu, and manpower assigned by Uncle Zhou would complete the wooden wall and the barracks foundation. Third group, training. Daomu would train Zhao Tai, Chen Hao, and 3 young men, preparing them for formal barracks transformation. Fourth group, exploration. Lin Yao, Shi Shang, and 1 young man familiar with mining would go to the outer edge of Broken Flag Slope to scout. They would not go deep, only confirm routes and gathering points. When Zhao Tai heard that he would not go exploring, he immediately became dissatisfied. Lord, I am not going? Lin Yao said, you stay and train. I can fight now. Precisely because you can fight, you need to become a formal combat unit first. Zhao Tai still wanted to say something, but Gao Mu spoke coldly. If you enter Broken Flag Slope now and hear a war soul growl, your first reaction will most likely be to rush up and cut it. Zhao Tai was stubborn. Am I that stupid? Gao Mu looked at him. You are. Zhao Tai fell silent. Chen Hao held back laughter beside him. But Gao Mu's next sentence made him unable to laugh either. You stay too. Chen Hao froze. Me? Gao Mu looked at him. You are following the border army foot soldier path. If you only fight randomly by yourself, at most you will become a skirmisher with skills. If you want to truly follow the military formation route, stay and train. Chen Hao looked at Lin Yao. Lin Yao nodded. What Gao Mu teaches will help your class advancement. When Chen Hao heard this, he immediately stopped objecting. Then I will train. Now everyone knew that what Obsidian Village lacked was not one victory, but a system that could continuously become stronger. Training, buildings, food, medical care, intelligence. Every item had to move forward at the same time. After arranging everything, Lin Yao finally returned to the Lord's stone tablet. He opened the intelligence scroll from the Su family and checked it again. At the end of the scroll, there was a short line of small text. Broken Flag Slope has high war soul activity at night and lower activity during the day. Low-level soldier souls wander in Buried Bones Ditch. Teams of fewer than 5 are not advised to enter. Near the lost military stockade outer wall, a flag-bearing dead soldier was once sighted. The weapon tomb entrance is suspected to be related to a war banner, military order, and altar. Lin Yao stared at the words flag-bearing dead soldier. A flag-bearing dead soldier was very likely connected to the broken war banner. It might also be a clue for obtaining the War Soul Altar Fragment blueprint. He put away the scroll, and he already had a plan for the next step. First, build the barracks. Then scout Broken Flag Slope. After obtaining enough War Soul Remnant breath, establish the trap formation camp prototype. At that point, Obsidian Village would truly have its own military corps. Night wind blew from the Blackstone Wasteland. Before the Lord's stone tablet, the broken war banner trembled faintly. This time, it did not bring fear. Instead, it seemed to be waiting. Waiting for this newly born village to raise its own military banner again. Early the next morning, Obsidian Village woke earlier than usual. Or rather, not many people had truly slept deeply. After the population increased, busy sounds appeared in the village for the first time. Some moved stones. Some chopped wood. Some carried water. Some cleared wild grass. Some boiled talisman water before the medicine shed. And some were scolded by Gao Mu until they could not raise their heads. These sounds mixed together, finally giving Obsidian Village a little of the flavor of a real village. It was no longer merely a broken place where fugitives gathered temporarily. Xinya brought Xiaolan and several villagers to the earth vein dark spring. After the dark spring water surged up from the well, Lin Yao had people dig a shallow irrigation ditch, guiding a small amount of clear water to a patch of black soil beside the well. The land here was still hard. But compared with other places, at least it was not so dead. Xinya crouched and pinched a little soil between her fingers. The soil still carried a faint coolness. Her eyes brightened. We can try here. Xiaolan asked, can it really grow? Xinya thought for a moment. Ordinary planting will not work. We need to mix plant ash into the soil first, then water it with a small amount of dark spring water. Xiaolan was a little surprised. How do you know? Xinya froze. I feel it. Guan stood beside them, and his eyes moved slightly. He did not interrupt. The talent of a spirit planter, at the beginning, was often not knowledge, but feeling. Knowing which piece of soil could live. Knowing which kind of water could nourish roots. Knowing when herbs should be harvested. These things were difficult to teach, but they could be guided. Guan said, then try it according to your feeling. Xinya was a little unsure. Grandpa Gu, will we waste the grain seeds? Farming is always tested out. Guan handed the grain seed pack to her. But remember, an emergency field is not a normal field. Its purpose is not high yield, but to let the village get through the most dangerous few days. Xinya nodded hard. She began leading people to loosen the soil. Xiaolan was responsible for dividing the seeds. 2 women handled plant ash. 2 boys carried water. This small farming group still moved clumsily, but it already had an initial shape. Not far away, Lin Yao saw a system prompt. Dark Spring Emergency Field under construction. Person in charge, Chengya. Support, Guan, Shaolan. Estimated success rate, 42%. If more plant ash and low-level medicinal residue are added, success rate can increase. Lin Yao immediately noted it. Medicinal residue can be used? Guan walked over. Yes. After the medicine shed boils talisman water, ordinary people would throw away the remaining medicinal residue. But if mixed into the soil, it can improve the soil quality. Lin Yao nodded. From now on, all medicinal residue goes to Chengya. When Chengya heard this, surprise appeared on her face. Dark Spring Emergency Field success rate, 42% to 51%. Over 50%. They could try. On the other side, Lu Chang led the construction group to begin digging the barracks foundation. The barracks site was chosen north of the Lord Stone Tablet, near the wooden wall, making defense and assembly easier. An ordinary low-level barracks foundation only required a woodstone structure. But if it was to be modified into the trap formation camp prototype, the foundation could not be ordinary. Jiaomu required obsidian or fragments to be buried beneath the foundation, and war banner post positions to be left at the four corners. At first, Lu Cheng frowned. Building it this way will take at least twice as long. Jiaomu only answered, an ordinary barracks cannot train trap formation. Lu Cheng was silent for a moment and looked toward Lin Yao. Lin Yao said, build it according to Jiaomu's method. But only prepare the foundation first. Do not begin active construction. Lu Cheng nodded. Understood. The construction group began operating. There were not many obsidian or fragments, so they had to be used sparingly. Lin Yao arranged for 2 new young men to gather black stone nearby. But he soon discovered that ordinary people's efficiency in mining obsidian ore was too low. Without suitable tools, every small piece took a long time to pry out. Lu Cheng also raised the problem. Lord, we need iron picks. Without iron picks, obsidian ore cannot be mined. This was exactly what made the Su family's aid so tempting. Iron tools. Craftsmen. Food. But Lin Yao would not accept their kind of stationing-based cooperation. If there was to be trade, he had to exchange using Obsidian Village's own goods. Currently, what he could trade out was only low-level obsidian ore and intelligence. But obsidian ore itself was a core resource and could not flow out in large quantities. So in the short term, the best option was still to find iron tools in the game. After the Broken Temple Village side story, the Three Kingdoms border camp might be able to trade. This matter could be handed to Chen Hao to inquire about. At the training ground, Jiaomu was teaching Zhao Tai and Chen Hao basic military formation. As a hero player, Chen Hao learned faster than Zhao Tai. He had system skill assistance. Once his movements aligned with his class advancement direction, he would receive prompts. But Zhao Tai was different. He was an NPC territory resident. He relied on body memory and Gao Mu's instruction. Their advantages were different. Chen Hao was fast. Zhao Tai was fierce. Chen Hao knew how to dodge. Zhao Tai dared to hold hard. Yao Mu's requirements for them were also different. For Chen Hao, he demanded that he restrain personal habits and learn cooperation. For Zhao Tai, he demanded that he reduce brute strength and listen more to commands. After 1 hour of training, Chen Hao suddenly received a prompt. You have received basic military formation training from a remnant of the Trap Formation Army. Border Army Foot Soldier Advancement Progress, 72% to 81%. Chen Hao's eyes brightened. It works. Gao Mu glanced at him. Do not get distracted. Chen Hao immediately stood straight. When Zhao Tai saw him like this, he muttered, You outsiders are really convenient. Train a little and you know exactly how much stronger you became. Chen Hao smiled. You will become stronger too. You just cannot see the numbers. Zhao Tai snorted. Then I will fight until you can see it. The scabbard in Gao Mu's hand struck his shoulder directly. Your foot is crooked. Zhao Tai grimaced in pain. Lin Yao watched from the side for a while, and a new thought formed in his mind. In the future, perhaps Obsidian Village could absorb hero players for training. Not every hero was suited to being a lone wolf. Three Kingdoms battlefields, ancient battlefields, national war dungeons. There would definitely be demand for military formation-type heroes. If Obsidian Village's trap formation camp prototype was built, and Gao Mu could serve as instructor, then this place might attract a group of players following military formation routes. That would become a kind of resource. But it was still too early. Obsidian Village's location could not be exposed. Still, Chen Hao could first serve as the first external sample. Before noon, Su Qingli returned with the scouting group. He brought two pieces of news. First, near the gray-tailed rabbit burrow cluster, they had discovered another patch of bitter rootgrass that could be gathered and eaten, though it tasted terrible. Second, new footprints had appeared on the northern side of the Blackstone Wasteland. Not monsters. People. Lin Yao immediately asked, players? Su Qingli nodded. Possibly. How many? At least 6. Direction? They came from the east and headed deeper into the Blackstone Wasteland. Lin Yao's gaze sank. Su Qingli was right. People had started entering the Blackstone Wasteland. They might be aristocratic families. They might be financial groups. They might also be ordinary player exploration teams. But no matter which it was, it meant the area around Obsidian Village would soon become less quiet. Lin Yao opened the map. The direction that group had taken seemed to approach Broken Flag Slope. If they had no intelligence, they might merely be exploring. If they had intelligence, then they were headed for ancient battlefield clues. After hearing this, Gao Mu said coldly, ordinary players entering Broken Flag Slope will not live long. Lin Yao said, but if they die there, they may disturb the dead souls. Gao Mu nodded. They will. That was troublesome. Other people's recklessness could also affect Obsidian Village. If players dug, fought, and triggered things randomly at Broken Flag Slope, the ancient battlefield's dead soul activity might rise, and nighttime danger could spread to Obsidian Village. Lin Yao had to grasp the situation on the outskirts. The original plan to scout Broken Flag Slope on a small scale today could no longer be delayed. But construction in the village could not stop either. Lin Yao quickly made a decision. That afternoon, he would bring Su Qingli and Chen Hao to the outer edge of Broken Flag Slope. Zhao Tai would remain in the village to continue training. Gao Mu would defend the village. This time, they would not bring ordinary young men, to avoid exposing Obsidian Village's population if they encountered players. Before departure, Gao Mu specifically warned them. If you see a broken flag, do not pull it out. If you see an old weapon, do not pick it up. If you hear someone call your name, do not turn back. Chen Hao felt a chill run down his back. Is this place that evil? Gao Mu looked at him. On an ancient battlefield, many things remember the voices of the living. Chen Hao swallowed. Is it too late for me to back out now? Lin Yao said, you can stay and train. Chen Hao immediately shook his head. Then I will go. That afternoon, the three left Obsidian Village and headed toward Broken Flag Slope. Along the way, Su Qingli walked very slowly. He constantly checked traces on the ground. Player footprints were neater than villager shoe prints, and in some places, there were shallow marks left by metal boot soles. That meant the player team was not poorly equipped. The farther north they went, the heavier the deathly silence of the Blackstone Wasteland became. There were more and more black stones on the ground. Some of them were shaped like broken weapons. Occasionally, blurred whispers rode the wind. Chen Hao's face became more and more unnatural. "Did you hear that?" Lin Yao nodded. "I heard it." Su Sheng said quietly, "Do not answer." The three continued onward. Before long, a slope appeared ahead. Many rotten wooden poles were planted across the slope. Some of the poles still had scraps of cloth hanging from their tops. Seen from a distance, it looked like a dead forest of banners. A system prompt appeared. "You have arrived at the Blackstone Wasteland outer region, Broken Flag Slope. Warning, a large amount of war soul memory remains here. Do not casually touch war banner remains." Lin Yao stopped. Because at the foot of Broken Flag Slope, he saw several fresh corpses. They were not NPCs. They were players. And beside those corpses, one still living player knelt on the ground, gripping a broken flag with both hands and murmuring something endlessly. "I am the corporal. I cannot retreat. The flag must not fall." Inside his eyes burned the same dark red light as the wasteland corpses. Chen Hao inhaled sharply. Is he possessed? Before Lin Yao's eyes, civilization analysis appeared. Player, unknown. State, war soul memory erosion. Risk, if erosion completes, he will transform into a low-level undead war soldier. Warning, Broken Flag Slope has been disturbed by outsiders. Lin Yao's expression darkened. As expected. Someone had touched Broken Flag Slope ahead of them. And now, the ancient battlefield had started swallowing people. The wind on Broken Flag Slope was colder than at Obsidian Village. It was not ordinary cold. It was like the breath of countless dead soldiers seeping up from cracks in the earth. Chen Hao tightened his grip on his blade and stared at the player kneeling on the ground. Lin Yao, do we save him? That question was direct. If they saved him, they might expose themselves and might also be dragged into the war soul erosion. If they did not save him, that player would soon become an undead war soldier. More troublesome still, once he transformed, he might trigger more dead soul activity on Broken Flag Slope. Lin Yao did not answer immediately. He observed the surroundings first. There were 4 player corpses on the ground. Judging from their equipment, this had been an ordinary exploration team, but a little better equipped than new casual players. It should not be the Su family, and did not look like a core team from a large financial group. Perhaps they were players who had seen the Blackstone Wasteland's discussion heat and had come to try their luck. Beside 2 of the corpses were broken wooden poles. That meant they had pulled out war banners. Gao Mu's warning had indeed been correct. If you saw a broken flag, do not pull it out. These people clearly had not heard it. Su Sheng said quietly, Lord, there are things on the slope. Lin Yao followed his gaze. Deep within Broken Flag Slope, there were several blurred human figures. They did not approach. They only wandered slowly between the broken flags. As if patrolling. Civilization analysis appeared. Broken Flag Soldier Soul. State, low activity. Trigger conditions, pulling flags, shouting, bleeding, answering calls. Suggestion, do not go deep. Lin Yao immediately understood. These soldier souls were not fully attacking them now because they had not triggered the conditions. But the player being eroded was already close to breaking. He gripped the broken flag tightly with both hands, his voice becoming more and more hoarse. The flag must not fall. The corporal is dead. I will take the flag. I cannot retreat. Chen Hao's face looked ugly. Does he still have consciousness? Lin Yao said, a little. But it is almost gone. What do we do? Lin Yao looked at the broken flag. Civilization analysis provided a hint. Broken military flag remnant. State, War Soul memory carrier. Currently eroding player consciousness. Removal methods: break contact, use War Soul protection to suppress or override the broken flag obsession with a higher military order. A higher military order. Lin Yao immediately thought of the broken war banner. But the broken war banner was in Obsidian Village. He had not brought it with him this time. But he had a weak authority of War Soul protection. Perhaps it could be used. He raised his hand and looked at his palm. In the game, War Soul protection was clearer than in reality. A little black-red light appeared in his palm. Lin Yao said to Chen Hao, "In a moment, I will suppress the flag. You drag him away." Chen Hao nodded. "Good." Shi Shang immediately said, "I will watch the surroundings." Lin Yao approached the player step by step. The closer he got, the clearer the whispers in his ears became. Those who retreat are executed. If the flag falls, men die. Take the flag, take the flag. Those voices did not seem to come from outside. They drilled straight into his mind. Lin Yao also saw an illusion for an instant. He saw himself standing on a battlefield. Soldiers beside him fell one after another. Ahead, a black tide surged forward. Someone shoved a broken military flag into his hands. "Take the flag! Take the flag! You cannot retreat!" That obsession was very strong. So strong that, for an instant, Lin Yao felt an urge to reach out and grip that broken flag. But in the next second, the light of the Obsidian Village Lord Stone tablet lit up in his consciousness. He was not the corporal of this remnant army. He was the Lord of Obsidian Village. He could not take up a dead flag of unknown origin. Clarity returned to Lin Yao's eyes. He walked before the player and pressed his palm onto the broken flag. Black-red light flashed. War Soul protection triggered. Suppressing low-level War Soul memory. The player suddenly raised his head. His face was covered in cold sweat, and the dark red light in his eyes flickered violently. "Save me." Chen Hao immediately rushed up, grabbed his shoulders, and dragged him backward. But the player's hands seemed stuck to the broken flag and would not loosen at all. Lin Yao intensified War Soul protection. Stinging pain came from his palm. The black-red light on the broken flag began to resist. Those wandering broken flag soldier souls on the slope also stopped. They slowly turned their heads and looked toward Lin Yao. Shi Shang's face turned pale. "Lord, they are looking over." Lin Yao did not retreat. He stared at the broken flag and said quietly, "The flag is broken. The army is dead. This person is not your soldier." Those words seemed to touch some kind of rule. The broken flag shook violently. The whispers became furious. "Deserter. Those who retreat are executed. Take the flag." Lin Yao's eyes turned cold. "My people are not yours to summon." As his words fell, the War Soul protection in his palm pressed down fiercely. Crack! A split opened in the broken flag. The player's hands finally loosened. Chen Hao dragged him away with force. "Go!" Shi Shang shouted urgently. The broken flag soldier souls on the slope began to move. They did not run. They only walked forward step by step. But with every step they took, the surrounding temperature dropped another degree. Lin Yao did not linger. He immediately retreated. The three dragged the player and quickly withdrew from the range of broken flag slope. Only after they had retreated 100 steps from the slope did the broken flag soldier souls stop. They stood among the broken flags and watched Lin Yao from afar. as if memorizing his aura. Chen Hao gasped and threw the player onto the ground. Is he still alive? The player's face was deathly pale, and his whole body trembled. Most of the red light in his eyes had already scattered. But he was still not fully lucid. Flag. I cannot. Lin Yao took out the wound-cleansing talisman water goo and had given him and poured a little into the man's mouth. After the talisman water entered, the player coughed violently. Only after quite a while did he seem to come back to life, gasping hard. I am not dead? Chen Hao said irritably, you almost became a monster. The player looked at the corpses on the ground, and his expression instantly collapsed. They? Lin Yao asked, why did you come to Broken Flag Slope? The player's lips trembled. Someone on the forum said the Blackstone Wasteland had hidden resources. We saw these flags and thought they were mission items. Old Lu pulled one out, and the system prompt said War Soul memory had been triggered. Then he went mad. He pointed toward one of the corpses. He cut us. I wanted to put the flag back, but the moment I touched it, I heard someone calling me to take the flag. At this point, he could not help hugging his head. I really did not mean to. Lin Yao did not comfort him. At its root, this matter was greed and ignorance. But ordinary players did not know the rules of the Blackstone Wasteland. Something going wrong was only a matter of time. What is your name? Zhou Yi. Can you walk? Zhou Yi nodded, then shook his head. My legs are weak. Lin Yao looked at Chen Hao. Take him back to the outskirts of Obsidian Village to rest. Do not enter the village. Chen Hao froze. Not enter the village? Lin Yao said, there may still be War Soul residue on him. Zhou Yi's face turned pale. Lin Yao looked at him. If you want to live, listen to the arrangements. Zhou Yi hurriedly nodded. I will. Lin Yao asked again, do any other people know about this place? Zhou Yi hesitated. Lin Yao's gaze cooled. Think clearly before you answer. Zhou Yi immediately said, yes. We got the information in a small forum group. Someone said the Blackstone Wasteland had hidden War Soul resources. We are not the only team. Lin Yao's heart sank. As expected. Information about the Blackstone Wasteland was spreading. Who posted it? I do not know. Anonymous leak. This might be an ordinary player sharing what they discovered. It might also be bait deliberately released by some force. Let ordinary players come in and scout the mines. Lin Yao looked toward Broken Flag Slope. Those Broken Flag soldier souls had already hidden back into the black fog. But he knew that after Broken Flag Slope was disturbed, it would no longer be as quiet as before. Civilization analysis appeared. Broken Flag Slope activity increased. Cause: outsiders pulled flags, bloodshed, War Soul memory erosion. Estimate: small-scale soldier soul wandering may appear at night. Affected range: 5 li around Broken Flag Slope. 5 li. For now, it would not affect Obsidian Village. But if more players came to die, the range might expand. Lin Yao had to take control of Broken Flag Slope as soon as possible, or at least establish a warning line. He had Chen Hao bring Zhou Yi back while he and Shi Shang stayed behind to scout along the outer edge of Broken Flag Slope. Shi Shang was a little worried. Lord, it is too dangerous. We will not go in. Only check the outskirts. Lin Yao needed to confirm material points. Soon, he found a patch of scattered black metal fragments on the eastern side of Broken Flag Slope. Civilization analysis displayed. Old military iron fragments. Source: weapons left from the ancient battlefield. Can be used for barracks foundation and low-level weapon repair. Risk: some fragments carry war soul remnants. Ordinary people are not advised to touch them directly. This was good material. But ordinary villagers could not be sent directly to gather it. It required war soul protection to suppress, or cleansing with talisman water. Lin Yao also found a few exposed pieces of obsidian ore nearby. They were slightly higher quality than those around Obsidian Village. Low-level obsidian or vein edge. Can be gathered in small quantities? Suggestion: establish a temporary gathering point, but maintain guard against broken flag soldier souls. This was exactly the resource point he wanted. With this place, the materials for the trap formation camp prototype could be gathered faster. The problem was that Broken Flag Slope was not safe now. Formal combat units were needed to guard gathering. That returned everything to barracks construction. After scouting once around, Lin Yao did not get greedy. He immediately returned with Shi Shang. On the way back, he saw a new player team approaching Broken Flag Slope from a distance. About 8 people. Their equipment was better than Zhou Ye's group. One of them even had a guild emblem hanging on his body. Dragon Court. Lin Yao's gaze sank slightly. People from Dragon Court Guild had come too. The other side also saw him. The young man in the lead immediately looked at him warily. You came out of Broken Flag Slope? Lin Yao did not answer. Shi Shang quietly retreated half a step. The young man frowned. I am asking you. Lin Yao glanced at him. Do not casually pull out flags in Broken Flag Slope. After saying this, he turned and left. One person beside the young man said unhappily, so arrogant? Another whispered, Captain, he may know something. The young man watched Lin Yao's back, his eyes flickering. Follow him? After thinking for a moment, he shook his head. Enter Broken Flag Slope first. The things inside are more important. When Lin Yao heard that the people behind him did not follow, his heart grew heavier. He had already warned them. But those people might not listen. The true beginning of chaos in the Blackstone Wasteland would probably begin with these players continuously pouring in. When they returned to the outskirts of Obsidian Village, Chen Hao was watching Zhou Yi. After drinking the talisman water, Zhou Yi's condition had improved somewhat, but he still did not dare close his eyes. The moment he closed them, he could hear the voice telling him to take the flag. After Guan examined him, he gave a judgment. The War Soul remnant thought has not been fully removed. He needs to be observed for one night outside the stone tablet protection range. If it does not worsen, he may leave tomorrow. When Zhou Yi heard that he could not enter the village, he was afraid, but did not dare object. Lin Yao had someone build a temporary fire for him beside the outer warning line. They neither let him approach the stone tablet nor threw him out to die. Before night fell, Lin Yao told Gaomu about the situation at Broken Flag Slope. When Gaomu heard that someone had pulled out a flag, his face turned extremely cold. Stupid. Zhao Tai asked, will something happen? Gaomu said, it already has. Lin Yao spread out the map and marked the new gathering point. The eastern side of Broken Flag Slope has old military iron and obsidian ore. We need the materials there to build the trap formation camp prototype. Gaomu said heavily, we need to prepare the barracks foundation first. The foundation can be completed tonight, Lu Cheng said. But to activate construction, we still lack War Soul remnant breath. Lin Yao looked toward Broken Flag Slope. There may be soldiers' souls wandering tonight. Everyone immediately understood. Crisis was also a source of materials. Gaomu asked, you want to lure soldier souls here? Lin Yao shook his head. No. If they come, we kill them. If they do not come, tomorrow we gather at the outer edge of Broken Flag Slope. Gao Mu nodded. Steady. But the Blackstone Wasteland never fully followed human plans. Deep into the night, Zhou Yi, who was guarding outside the village, suddenly let out a scream. Do not call me. I am not your soldier. Lin Yao's eyes snapped open. Beside the fire outside the village, Zhou Yi knelt on the ground, both hands clamped over his ears. In the distant darkness, a small broken flag had appeared at some point. Behind the small flag, 3 blurry soldier souls walked toward Obsidian Village step by step. A cold system prompt rang out. Broken Flag soldier souls from Broken Flag Slope have followed the War Soul aura here. Special event, Broken Flag seeking soldiers, triggered. Gao Mu rose with his blade in hand, his eyes cold as iron. They have come to demand their soldier.